Good evening, and welcome to the annual conference to determine which distinguished individual will be the recipient of the Nobel War Prize. I'm your moderator, Chris Wallace, best known for moderating the septuagenarian shouting match that was the first presidential debate. Now, tonight, we've assembled 4 randomly selected Americans and asked them who they think was the absolute worst for society in 2020. Now, I haven't seen their picks, but I'm sure they all put thought, care, and attention into determining who they thought was the worst. If there's anything the past year has taught us, is that we can absolutely trust our fellow citizens. So, without further ado, let us hear from our first panelist.
Hello everyone. Today I will be nominating the obvious choice for the Nobel War Prize of 2020. President Donald J. Trump. He knew about the pandemic in early February, but did not act until March. His inaction delayed the widespread availability of COVID-19 tests by a month. He consistently denied both the extent and gravity of a global pandemic. And he touted false COVID-19 treatments, including, but not limited to, drinking bleach and taking hydroxychloroquine. But I rest my case as the list goes on.
Thank you. Very enlightening. And original.
You're welcome.
Now, let's hear from our next panelist.
Hey guys, I know what we're all thinking. Honestly, Trump's the obvious choice, and I'm glad we voted him out in 2020. But I am asking you to consider my ex-girlfriend, Lisa. Yeah, I can do the memes. Now on to my reasoning. Exhibit A. One day, I brought home 100 pigeons. When Lisa saw them, she told me to release them all because it was cruel and there was pigeon poop all over the place. They're pigeons, Lisa. What else are they supposed to do? Exhibit B. She's on witch talk. This alone would not worry me, but she has creams in the bathroom that say things like anti-aging and exfoliant. There was even one that said moisturizer. I think she's a witch.
I'm gonna have to ask you to wrap it up.
You have no power here. So as I was saying, after I accused her of being a witch, Lisa broke up with me, and I have to move back to my own apartment. My apartment sucks. There's no Keurig machine, my Lightning McQueen comforter is dirty, and there's pigeon poop all over the place. Which brings me to Exhibit C. Why I should not have to live alone in my apartment.
I'm sorry that happened to you, brother.
Can't trust anyone on witch talk.
So, you're telling me you brought 100 pigeons into your apartment, and you burn dinner every night, and you wonder why you were broken up with?
Gonna be honest, I don't know how that's relevant at all.
Whatever, man, you just don't understand heartbreak.
That's not true! I was in the top 0.003% of Taylor Swift listeners last year. Speak Now still hits different.
Alright, let's try and get back on track here. Now, Eden, why don't you tell us about your selection?
Thank you. Now, I gotta say, a lot of things got under my skin this year, but the number one thing? Starbucks closing their bathrooms to the public. You know when you're walking down the street and you gotta go? You gotta go. Besides, I'm tired of cleaning my bathroom at home.
Once again, I'm not seeing the actual implications of this.
Yes, I'm a little confused here as well.
Which brings me to my next point. They had the good smelling soap there. The one near my house smelled like lavender. Every time I would go in there, I would just unscrew the lid and put the whole bag in my backpack. I didn't have to buy soap for 5 years. And then 2020 happened, and now I'm up a river with no paddle and no soap and no sourdough.
That's the worst thing you could think of about 2020?
I don't know. It makes a lot of sense to me.
You could have nominated any number of people. Fossil fuel execs, Joe Exotic, and you chose the manager of your local Starbucks?
Lisa used to work at Starbucks.
Once again, this is going completely off the rails, people. Alright, Aidan, this had better be good.
Thank you. What's one thing we all have in common? Every morning, we wake up, and this horrible invention sucks the life out of us. It puts us in a box. Literally. That's right. So for this year's 2020 Nobel War Prize nomination, I nominate John Logie Baird, the theoretical father of video conferencing technology. This Scottish devil is responsible for creating the first color television picture tube. According to Wikipedia, his work is responsible for Zoom meetings and the TV we sit in front of every day. Without him, where would we be? Would we read more books? Would we make even more sourdough? This gargantuan ghoul of Glasgow, this odorous ogre of Edinburgh, has done more to hurt our posture than the chairs in Owen. With that, I rest my case.
Wow, that was enlightening.
Can a dead person even be nominated for this sort of thing?
I don't know, but if there's one thing that I can't do, it's enforce the rules. So, before this thing gets further out of hand, I think let's get to the voting. Now, we've assembled a panel of some previous War Prize recipients, including Paula Deen, Anthony Scaramucci, both George Bushes, and the cow that knocked over the lantern and started the Great Chicago Fire. Tune in soon to see the results. Wow, that was fast. Well, the votes are in, and by unanimous decision, the winner of the 2020 Nobel War Prize is...
I have this one in the bag.
It's gotta be Lisa.
Guys, I can't get my lavender soap anymore.
John Logie Baird.
Sweet victory.
Folks, thank you for tuning in. This is Chris Wallace, your completely unqualified moderator, signing off.